Yeah, immediately we saw the ministry's attention was drawn to that. I was monitoring Facebook aggressively, and not only Facebook, social media. And I realized that there are stories out there, Ghana Crusader. And I think it was on your timeline that I saw. And that was when, quickly, I think I saw it when you had posted it 30 minutes or 40 minutes ago. So I quickly put the statement together and then we push it out. But the most important thing is that why would somebody want to think that the money that we gave to the team after they had returned from Niamey, Niger, is our wages, wages that the team so deserve. I find it difficult to fathom because this is not the first time. It's not a new thing for a team to be given fare after they had returned from their respective tournaments.
So in other words, are you saying that it's misunderstanding of the issues?
I don't. It's not. You see, that's why I'm saying that. I think it's a deliberate attempt for somebody to discredit the ministry because, like I said, it's not the first time that we are giving fares to players of the national team, especially the junior teams. You know, with regards to the national, the Black Stars, we all know that they don't. Most of them they don't reside here. So once the tournament is over, they all fly to their respective destinations. But with the junior teams, starting from the under-20s and the 17 and the female ones as well, they all come back to the country. And normally what we do is that we lodge them into either hotel or pram for them to relax after a long flight. And then they can be dispersed to go home. And normally after, when you're about to disperse them, that has been a constant issue that comes up. Fair to get back to their various destinies because you don't want to assume that all of them are coming from Accra and that so once you disperse them, they are just going to hop into a taxi and then 10 Ghana or 15 cities they are off to their destination. So you should expect that some are coming from Kumasi, Tamale, I mean across the country. And that's the reason why the ministry heeded or decided that we would pay the fares that the team themselves requested the ministry to do. And we basically did it. And so there is no way that that could represent the the wages for that matter being termed as slave wage. I think it smacks mischief. It's deliberate. I don't know why somebody want to think that a whole national team, after they had returned from a competition, would be given between 100 cities and 50 cities. And I was taken aback, especially when I heard people like yourself, who seems to believe that indeed the team was given that amount of money for us as their wages. How on earth? Okay. As a matter of fact, we even have wages. What is wages? As far as the ministry, I know of the ministry, there's nothing like wages in them. What is wages?
Okay, let's move the conversation on. You touched on the players requesting for the fare. Yes. Should the players have asked for it?
No, what I mean is that normally, after they return, any team return, the national team, apart from the Black Stars, when they return, their team managers put in a request that amount A, B, C, D will be required to get this player A, player B to his destination A, B, C, D.
So the team manager asked for the fare on behalf of
I tell you that the request that we receive, that the ministry received, quoting certain figures, according to where each and every person is coming from, who was not conjured at the ministry here, was not computed at the ministry here. It was put together, it was determined, it was computed by the team manager who brought it to the ministry, and all that we had to do was to pay accordingly.
Okay, so if you read point 1 of the release, it said that the U17 soccer team that participated in the just ended WAFB Championship were paid per diem allowance of $70 per player and $100 for each member of the 10-car team for 15 days.
Yes.
Where this money paid?
I think if there is any doubt whatsoever, I believe that the national team is there. I mean, if the players are not available, you have the team officials who are there.
No, but it's a ministry that gives out this money. So
No, I'm saying if you have any doubt at all, these are easily verifiable. This can be easily cross-checked. If
From
you
the angle of the
because
ministry,
no, I'm saying that
Muftawa,
I'm saying that we have put out a statement that this amount of money have been paid. If for anything you have any doubt whatsoever, I think they are easily.
No, from the ministry gives out the money. So
How,
from the ministry, have the money been paid?
What do you think of?
Have you given out the money?
What do you think about the statement that we put out there that we have been giving? I think the statement was explicit. The statement was straight to the point that these players were paid $70 per player for 15 days and $100 for each technical team for 15 days. This is explicit. This is straight to the point.
Was it given to them in cash, or you told them to come back from the tournament and collect it?
I'm saying that, Muftao, let's not drag the issue. The ministry has put out a statement over there. The statement was not anticipatory. The statement was direct, that we have given, or the team received this amount of money for this number of days. If there is any doubt, which you have every right to doubt, I think it's verifiable.
Have the accountant returned to tell the ministry that, okay, I paid the players daily, their per diem, or I kept everything in bulk and gave it to them?
Do you believe that the accountant was in Niamey, Niger? Do you believe that?
I didn't send the accountant, so it's you who can tell whether the accountant was there.
No, you just said that the accountant came back.
No, what I'm saying is that, because in the conversation you and I had,
yes,
you said that is why there was an accountant with the team. So if there was an accountant with the team, it means that it was the accountant who paid the money.
yes.
So when the accountant returned to the country, did she or he present to the ministry that, okay, daily I gave them their per diem, or I marked it daily, and then at the end of the tournament I gave their money to them in bulk?
Muftao, I said the ministry has put out a statement indicating clearly that this amount of money have been paid to the team for this number of days, and I'm sure you have the release for yourself.
Okay.
There's no argument about this.
Okay.
Unless you still doubt, and which you have the right to do so. Yeah. But I'm saying that if you still doubt, these things are easily verifiable. The team is still around.
Is the team
technical team. Say again.
Is the team owed bonuses?
The bonuses are with regards to the under 17. Of course, they played some qualifiers prior to the tournament. So yes, obviously they are own bonuses. But with regards to the tournament itself, there has not been any discussion on any bonus.
Why do we give the players bonuses even when at FIFA level? FIFA don't even pay money for this.
Well, that is something that it's up for discussion that we can look at it any day. We as a ministry have not sat down to look at why under 17 should not be given bonus. If the stakeholders or the management come together and sit down and come to a conclusion that under 17 for that particular team, national team should not be entitled for bonuses, then that is fine. But as I sit here, nothing of that sort have been decided, and so all that we know is that qualification bonus is the policy that runs through all the national teams.
So how much are they owed?
Say again?
The bonuses, how much are they owed?
I think I have to check for my file, but it should be the qualifiers, either the last one or the last two. So
how much was paid per match?
I'll cross check. How much was paid per match? No, remember we have not paid them.
Yeah.
We have not paid.
It's supposed to be qualification bonus.
Qualification
right?
bonus, yes.
So qualification bonus, how much is everything article?
For under 17, that should be. For the avoidance of doubt, I will have to check.
Maybe probably you should have the approximate figure in your head.
No, once again, we don't deal with approximate because they are.
As approximate figure, because I remember the team that went to India were paid $4,000.
$4,000 was not paid. It was
for qualification bonus. When they qualified to the quarterfinal, they were given another $4,000.
No, that was not qualification bonus. The qualification, the amount doesn't represent or did not represent a qualification bonus. You remember they progressed from From the group
From
stage.
the group stage.
Yes, I think it was 1,000.
Qualify to the quarterfinal. It means that you've qualified to the next stage of the competition. Qualifying to the tournament is a group stages. Qualifying
that team went to the quarterfinals, right?
Yes.
That team went to the quarterfinals,
yes.
and
they were beaten by Mali.
They were beaten by Mali. Yeah. And so if you look, I think it should be $1,000 per match. Okay. But we were operating on a qualification bonus. It means that
everything were
boxed. So if you get you're able to win 2 matches or even 1 match, and that match alone can qualify you to the next stage, you are entitled for qualification bonus for the 3 matches. Yes. Which is 3,000 also, yes. So that accounted for the amount. But I've forgotten a little bit about how much indeed that was paid. But that even reminds me about how much we pay as bonus for this under 17. And I should believe that is $1,000 per.
Okay. So just move on the conversation again on the bonuses. I can remember I was in Cape Coast last year. When the Ghana Football Association organized a 3-day summit. The former president of the association said that under 17 wouldn't be paid bonuses anymore. Did they in any way communicate this to the ministry?
The former president
of the Ghana Football Association.
Well, like I'm saying, that has been a decision that as a ministry we have to sit down, because that is the FA. You understand? And with the ministry, we need to sit down and then have a look. It's something that is up for discussion. And I believe that once it's discussed and once a decision is taken, you are not the only person who doesn't think that the under-17 should not be given bonus. And I believe that the FA, the former FA president, his call was apt. But like I said, it is the ministry that decides. And once the policy is out there and a decision is made that under 17 should not be taking bonus, I perfectly, if you ask my personal opinion, I believe that it should be the same, because under 17 they are minors. And so you would ask yourself, why would they want to warrant bonuses? That in some quarters or some school of thought, I even believe that amounts to child labor or so, and or that. So it's an intellectual discussion that we can. I mean, we are all stakeholders in this industry. Once the ministry, listens to the concerns that are being played out there and a decision is taken, we can communicate it out there, and then we can move on from there. But as far as it is now, there has not been any decision of that sort.
Okay, clarification, understood, appreciated. When will the Accra Sports Stadium be ready?
Very soon. Before the tournament starts. And
FIFA CAF is meeting on 27th and 28th.
Sure.
Is there a communique as to when CAF will be back in Ghana to have their final inspection?
I know CAF is going to have a final inspection before any decision, if there is made.
No, but in their release, they clearly stated that.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That as far as I know, CAF inspection team will be here for one.
When are they going to be there? That hasn't been decided.
No, we have been notified, or we have been told that there will be a final inspection before.
During the notification, did they give a specific date as to when
no.
they're going to have the final inspection?
No.
My sources at CAF say they should be back. They should be in Accra within this week or next week.
Well, that's your sources, but I am saying that no, there's going to be a final lap of inspection before any decision, if there is made.
I took a very good look at the Accra Sports Stadium. I was just there a couple of minutes ago, and I've realized that massive work have been put in place. The progress of work is steady, but are we confident that this facility will host the tournament?
I can tell you with all the confidence I can assume at this very moment that Accra Sports Stadium will be ready to host the 11th African Women Championship come November.
The ministry put up a publication that there's going to be a venue local organizing committee.
That's right.
What is the motivation for this? or what influenced this?
Once again, this is not new. This is not a novelty. This has been done previously when there are major tournaments. You know, these are two cities that are hosting. Of course, we all know we have the main local organizing committee, but the main local organizing committee sort of, they are responsible for the entire organization of the tournament. But once you have different cities that are hosting the tournament, to make the work of the LOC easier, to make sure that things go on smoothly without any hitches, it is imperative, or it is prudent, that you put up these VLOC, venue local organizing committees, in place to ensure that the host cities, they will get a vibe, they will get the kind of work that needs to be done at the various cities. It's perfect. So they sort of complement the work of the main LOC that have been put in place. And you are aware that we've done for Cape Coast, where we put people who are supposed to ensure that the host city, that is Cape Coast, everything that needs to be done in Cape Coast are put in place. The media work, the grounds work, the social aspect of it, the people get the vibe that indeed there's something coming to Accra. Cape Coast. You have the political side, you have the chiefs and people of Cape Coast. They need to understand that indeed there's something coming into their city, and that's the reason why we.
Why did you not open up for volunteers instead of setting up specific?
No, you are running too much. I think we will get there. There will be a time. Okay. Very soon, the LOC will open up for application for volunteers to come and then assist. And it's done for every tournament. WAFU, it was done, but this one is specifically for to ensure that all these things I've mentioned will be smooth.
So setting up these committees, does it not inflate the budget?
I know this one was coming. I know this question was coming, but let me allay your fears that these are purely sacrificial work. These are purely sacrificial work, and I repeat, purely. If you look at the people that we put together for the VLOC Cape Coast, you realize that these are people who do not have to rely on any amount of allowance to do their work. These are people of high status, and you should, and even you go down the list and you realize that some are even staff of the NSA. It should tell you that it's purely voluntary, it's purely sacrificial job that they have, and you'll be amazed to know come tomorrow the kind of people that have been put together